Hey guys, Jeremy Majors here, Majors Academy Dog Training. I'm going to talk you through this socialization video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or please subscribe. Okay, so this is the first session with our fearful friend, Wilbur, the Great Dane. The Great Dane that you see right now is not him. That is my dog. But the Great Dane that I'm bringing out looks very similar to Oakley. The Great Dane that I'm bringing out, his name is Wilbur. He is a 2-year-old young Great Dane who came to us with human aggression and dog aggression. Remember, when we talk about aggression, it is not by choice most of the time. It is them feeling like they have to be in control of something or a situation that they are not in control of. So let's just watch them together, and I'll give you kind of sort of a play-by-play analysis of what's going on. Right now I'm keeping my dogs back. First thing you want to do when you're dealing with a dog that is fearful of dogs or not, just a very safe way to introduce any dog to your pack, you have to have control over all dogs. You see how good he is on leash. He's not pulling me because I have already established that that is not okay. But then I am also having good control over my dogs, keeping them away. Very important. You should not allow dogs just to run up to your dog, especially if they are fearful of dogs. We are trying to recreate the picture or Wilbur's perspective of what dogs are, and in doing so, control is the most important factor. Control over the Great Dane, control over my dogs. So you see how nice, gentle, and easy Wilbur went up to my dog. That is the only way that I will allow any aggressive dog to greet my dogs. I only allow the dog to make the choice in a very calm way. If you notice, my dogs will not be the initiator of the greeting, but the other way around. I want the dog comfortable enough after they've calmed down from that initial of seeing my dog, seeing the situation. After they calm down, then you can take the next step in introducing the dog that you're working with to other dogs. Okay? And a really good tool, I don't have it with me in my possession in the video, but a really good tool for beginners is the dressage whip. Okay, you can get it at any maybe horse store. I use a 4-foot dressage whip to keep dogs separate. All right, that is the main focus, is the ability to keep dogs separate and keep things calm. Okay, so these videos are going to be 40-minute. It's a 40-minute video, but every segment is 10 minutes long. So this is 3 sessions of 10 minutes long of introducing a fearful dog to my pack. Now this dog doesn't look fearful or aggressive, but that is because I have already taken control over the dog in other areas. Also, if you hear my son talking or speaking in the background, please excuse me for that. I have a young 2-month-old. So anyway, just kind of watch as they mingle, watch my slow introductions, things of that nature. And eventually I will drop the leash after maybe the first or second session. So take a look, guys. So basically in this first session, you want to kind of just walk around, follow the dog. Make sure he's not pulling you though. You're just kind of following him with loose leash. Make sure he's not pulling you, okay? Um, Makes a big difference in their mentality if they're pulling versus if they're just walking around loose leash and you're sort of following them. Okay, let them make good choices or let them make more choices only when they're calm. If they're not calm, you have to take control and make choices for them until they can see what you want them to see, which is calm energy always means you can take the next step forward. Okay, so I'm getting really good body language from him and intentions from him, but you'll also see throughout this video that he'll start to wind up and like I like to say, the wheels will start turning pretty fast in his head, and you will see me give him breaks. Like I will during the middle of a session or when those wheels start to turn, just stop him and let him just sort of wind back down or just sort of submit to my structure in this regard, because again, he is a puppy at heart, and you'll see that his play drive starts to overcome his insecurity about dogs. So right there, I give him a little correction there. I just want him to chill out for a second. You want to do this intermittently throughout your sessions so that, again, the dog will start to slow down and they get away from their reactive mindset and they start to use their brain and start to and keep to a much calmer mindset. So you see him interact with my dog. Both tails were wagging. There wasn't any focused energy. There wasn't any stillness. It was all relaxed. That's a really good interaction. And then you get one or two of those, and you can pretty much then drop the leash. You never want to take the leash off yet. Drop the leash. Let the dog drag the leash. You can see that he's dragging a 20-foot line because I can easily then get to him if I need him to take pressure off my dogs. And of course, if you have control over your dogs, you can take pressure off him if your dogs decide to put too much pressure on. So just use your instincts in socialization. It's like two people getting to know each other. In this scenario, I mean, they don't know each other, so they're going to be cautious of each other at first. All the insecure dogs either keep their distance. If not in control, they will keep their distance, or they will try to overwhelm to compensate for their insecurity. And so you want to be there either way to show that the insecurity is not necessary. All right. You see me stopping him again, letting his wheels die down. Again, you will see that there is play drive that I will let grow, and as the dogs get comfortable with each other, then we can start to allow the dogs to play more, interact more, this, that, and the other. I do have to say though, my Great Dane was actually a little taken aback by this guy because my Great Dane has never met a dog bigger than himself. And Wilbur here is quite bigger, much more bigger than Oakley, my Great Dane. The video does not do it justice, but yeah, Oakley was intimidated of Wilbur, and being that he was a younger guy, more exuberant guy, more energetic guy, it kind of was off-putting to Oakley. Another good interaction. Also notice his tail position. For a Great Dane, this tail position tells me that he's still a little nervous, could be a little nervous about other male dogs and or other dogs in the yard. His tail is erect, in my opinion. So if you had a dog who wasn't a Great Dane, the tail would be pretty much straight up and down. Okay, so notice those tails, and we'll see if we notice a difference in as the sessions go on. I like that tail position to just be relaxed, not up, not completely down and in between the legs, but right in between, nice and relaxed. Okay, so a tail up and wagging doesn't always necessarily mean that the dog is happy. Okay, look for other body, language cues like stiffness and ears. Ears will be erect, body will be stiff, hair will be up, and the tail could still be wagging, but it does not mean that the dog is happy. Okay, the dog could be excited and nervous and decide to get aggressive all while that tail is wagging. So I want to get rid of this myth that the tail wagging means it's contextual, and your individual dog could have certain body language signs that mean different things. It depends on the dog first and foremost. In general, these things are true, but specifically you can have dogs that growl when they're happy. So in general, dogs are the same as because they're driven by their needs, but they do have a different personalities. All right, end of session 1. Here's session 2. And I want to give you guys from start to finish so that you kind of know what it looks like without editing. I want to give you guys what it looks like from when I take the dog out the crate till I put him back in. There's no cutting, there's no editing. I don't need to hide anything, but for the average dog owner, this is a great video on how to introduce your dog to maybe a foster dog or a new dog. Puppies too. Puppies need to be put on leash. Sometimes puppies can be way overwhelming. They can be obnoxious to the older dog, and the older dog may say, I don't like this. So keeping the puppy on leash, taking away, first of all, reading your dog and being able to take away some of the pressure a puppy or a new dog would put on your dog is very important when it comes to conflict or conflictual interactions. So day 2, session 2. Much more relaxed. Look at the tail position, not as erect. Went right up to my dogs, and then tail wags. But I'm ready if anything goes down. I have the leash not completely relaxed, but there's definitely no tension. It's not tense. It's just ready. Try to keep him in this yard so that he can stay on camera. So this is kind of being nitpicky, but you see how Wilbur is trying to sort of dominate my female with his posture. It's not, you know, obvious to the average dog owner, but you notice Wilbur is super big, super tall, so he doesn't have to make himself taller. But some dogs, or most dogs, average sized dogs, will really try and puff up. You can kind of see his puff up posture when he decides to interact with a dog. Um, so again, he's young, he's insecure, and that's how he wants to deal or needs. He thinks he needs to deal with that insecurity. See that posture there? That's kind of a want to control mindset. It's a very slight one now. Okay, so many people may disagree, but um, he's standing strong, he's standing tall, and he's seeing my other dogs. He wants to go over there, and he may want to control them. Maybe not even in an aggressive way, but listen, guys, when dogs play, especially when they don't know each other, they will, they are having a conversation. Okay? Now look at my Great Dane. When he gets close, my Great Dane's tail starts to perk up. See, he's kind of unsure about this energy that the dog brings. And when he comes around, and when he gets around Oakley gets a little nervous. All right? So then there I give him a break. Look at Oakley's even nervous about going up to him. That tail wag also can speak of a nervous tail wag, a hesitant tail wag. And I'll let him walk around again. Also, it's important to note that I'm not doing a lot of petting the new dog or my dogs. You don't want that right away. Very important. No petting, no affection to any dogs until they're really comfortable with each other. You want them to sort of build a relationship, a mutual, respectful relationship before you start petting each dog, this and that, to avoid any jealousy fights. There's a lot of dogs that will fight out of jealousy. Um, so I do not pet dogs, not until, again, they're very comfortable with each other, and that may take a few sessions. So that was a play gesture. You see, he's just looking big and goofy and playing. He almost doesn't know how to be gentle, though. He's never obviously played with a dog of his size or bigger. So you'll see he'll kind of really be a little overwhelming. But I did drop the leash. So I'm feeling pretty okay with them. It's also important to stop your dogs. So you see Mama and Tobias, they're playing now. But in that first session, you kind of want to keep that to a minimum. Uh, Again, it'll only It'll only expedite the level of comfort with the dog you're trying to socialize. Okay, the more calm the earlier on that you can keep your dogs, your pack, all dogs for that matter, the more comfort the dog can develop with the new friends. Okay, so also remember this: all dogs can coexist. Given that, look at what the Great Dane just did there. He's really off put on how big he is, which most dogs react to Oakley that way. Oakley's acting this way to Wilbur. Wilbur is big, and he's a puppy. Um, I can go on and on about the socialization. Oh, this is what I was trying to say, is that, all dogs can coexist. It's not like one's going to hate another. Okay, it depends on you. Depends on the boss. All right, you guys respect your coworkers. You may not like them, but you have to be respectful of them. Otherwise, you'll be fired by the boss. Same thing with dogs. They can get along. They can be social because they're social. They're social animals if taught right. They can get along with a dog they really, may otherwise have a problem with. But they got to learn to stand up for themselves, and they got to learn how to be alpha. And what I mean by alpha is not domineering, but comfortable with standing up for themselves, being able to diffuse a situation by not getting aggressive. Okay, so even if an alpha dog, even if a dog gets aggressive with them, they may know how to defuse the situation. Alpha just means comfortable, or I would say super social, and then it doesn't, have anything to do with male or female. But you will see that my dogs, if you even look at my other videos, my dogs have never been in a fight, but they may know how to humble a young, insecure dog, or they may know how to promote a dog that is intimidated and has a flight sort of temperament. Okay, so we can talk about fight or flight. Some dogs choose to fight, some dogs choose to stand up, some dogs choose to be assertive, driven by their insecurity, some dogs choose to run away. But balanced dogs know how to bring the dog out of the corner and or humble the young, insecure dog. All right, third session. And these sessions, this is the last session for this dog that I'll show on video. But these sessions are long; they're drawn out. I want you guys to get a great picture of how much time it can take to ensure no fights. This is a video to show non-conflictual socialization. Whether your dog is aggressive or not. This is how to socialize an aggressive dog. But if he's not aggressive and you just want to ensure that nothing happens, follow these methods. Follow what I'm saying here. Take your time, be in control. Don't let playing go on too long. Don't let playing seem like it's going to be or it gets out of control. You should be able to stop it when you want it to stop. Given the tools that I listed in the beginning of this video, check out those tools and use those tools. Now I'm making him sit, winding him down before I letting him off leash. Again, just to get his mind right. Now he's off. And here he comes. I'll usually put an e-collar on this dog um, that I want to have no leash on, again, so I can gain control. That's all. The e-collar is not supposed to negatively affect his drives, his character at all, but it is a great tool to be away from the dog and still communicate. If they decide to escalate, if they decide to do something bad, negative, whatever it is, you can just hit the vibrate button and you can get the dog to out of the negative mindset that the dog may fall into, slip into. You can also keep the dog to a certain level of energy. Um, you don't, again, a puppy like this, who can be obnoxious, who's big, presence is big, energy is big. You want to be able to get him calm when those wheels start to seem like they're running out of control. So take a look at this. See, so my dog Tobias is a very social dog. You see how he will be able to communicate that he can stand his ground in a happy way, and the puppy moves away, or the young dog moves away. The young dog tried to sort of get my dog to move. Again, guys, these dogs are learning each other, man. They're all, look at this. This is perfect. See how Wilbur tries to come up and get my dog to move. He wants him to try and move backwards, and he's gonna note that in his mind. The more Wilbur can get my dog to move backwards, the more of the advantage then he has, or the more dominant he feels over my dog. But you'll see if my dog wants play to stop, he'll just stand there and stand his ground and sort of uh, wait or make Wilbert the impatient one because he's impatient and sort of then walk away. Wilbur will walk away. But there's conversations that are going on, and it's not always happy conversations. All right, these dogs, they're males. You can have females that are dominant too, but these are males. These are young males, and they want to prove themselves, or they're used to a certain way of playing, and you need the right. You need the dog to spend time around the right dogs that can achieve balance without the dog getting hurt. Because lessons will be learned one way or the other, and it's best to send your dog to a professional that knows how to strategically bring your dog to balance, whether it's with people or dogs.
all in all, it's a lot of waiting around, a lot of paying attention, a lot of being focused to prevent any potential conflict. But you see, my dogs aren't intimidated. They're actually quite comfortable. They're happy. My dog's a little older, so their play drive is not as high, but it's just that perfect balance of respect, okay, and trust. My dogs trust that I have never had a dog that I've trained try to attack them. I actually don't even get dogs that growl at my dogs, okay, because again, I take my time. Okay, so here's Wilbur playing a little bit. But you see, this is also another point in the direction of him wanting to dominate. My dog was on his back, and Wilbur quickly came to my dog. Okay, so he's looking for those opportunities. But look, even this standoff is a conversation. You see that Tobias immediately got up and stood there for a minute. He's like, I don't want you to think you can invade my space. So Tobias does a good job of holding his ground for the young puppy. Well, there's not much more, folks, when it comes to this socialization thing. And for this video, this is about it, you guys. Again, use your tools, be in control, take your time. And you see I gave a little affection there, and he came back for some more. Wilbur was a big, sweet dog. He just needed to learn. He's young, exuberant, and being around big, playful dogs. Look at this. Last little standoff. You see Oakley's not moving. Doesn't want to play with him. He moves towards me. I move away. That's the other thing. If your dogs are moving towards you, you move away from them, okay? Because again, that can potentially mean that they become jealous of each other, or possessive of you. All right, and as a bonus, I have showed you. I'm going to show you just how I introduce new dogs or fearful dogs, aggressive dogs. Again, this dog has bitten a few people, but I'm going to show you how I introduce this dog to new people or to strangers. So this is how I do it. I have all my tools on. I have the dog on leash, and again, I am in control. And I'm going to show the dog that I'm in control of both the human and himself. Okay, and then you see me, I'm going to get closer as Wilbur starts to get bored with whoever's there. I'll get closer, but again, am I in control? So you see, he was getting a little antsy. That can be him being nervous, but I put him in a sit. Okay. So this dog would have easily, if not for training, would have easily went up and bit a stranger. As a matter of fact, he was very aggressive when they dropped him off towards me. But you see the little tail wag. Have your guest not pay attention to him, not pet him, just kind of sit there, and that's a really good start. And then you pull them away, right? Pull them away. Show that you are in control once again, because the closer you get, the more nervous he may get. So you got to show him that you are in control of him yet. The low tail wag is nice. It's a submissive tail wag. That's a good tail wag. He's just a big old puppy that needed more guidance. So I told then my guests to stand up, and I'm going to do the same thing. Standing up can present a more nervous picture for the dog, because obviously the human just got bigger, and size does matter. Okay? So it's not about being male or female, just most of the time males are bigger than females, which is why you'll find some dogs that have problems with males and not females. So again, just notice how much time I'm taking in between each interaction too. Giving Wilbur enough time to settle down. Look, I gave him the option to go up and he didn't. Now he goes up to her. Palms out. That's very important. Palms out. Okay? Not knuckles facing the dog. Palms. They're going to be much more open to coming up to you. And don't move forward. Keep your palms to your side. Let the dog fully come to you. Okay? See that? I want palms out. Let the dog sniff you. And then let the dog relax. I had to correct another dog in a crate, which is what that was. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Please, again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. I have a few others that show how aggressive they were in the beginning. I only work with aggressive dogs, whether it be dog aggression or human aggression, and I've been doing this for 12 years. So please feel free to follow us on Facebook as well, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time.